What's good? What's good? What's good? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What a great night of boxing. I really enjoyed that top rank card. I really enjoyed that. I have to say, really, really enjoyed that. We got to see some fights now, man. We got to see some fights. I enjoyed that. I'm glad that I paid my $50. I got to remember to cancel the zone and take advantage of my next 7-day subscription next time so I can just buy the fight or just buy it on Amazon Prime next time. Hopefully, I don't have to subscribe to buy it on Amazon Prime. Thriller, what's going on? Say morning, Fanon, and the chat. What's going on, man? He definitely put on a masterclass last night, and Shushu really showed he really got that dog in him. Yeah, man. So did Keshawn Davis. Absolutely. Yeah. What's going on, Control? How you feeling, man? He said Teo is booty water. That was part of the problem. Teo was definitely booty. Teo was booty, bro. Teo was booty for sure. He was. He looked like booty. Yeah, he looked like bootylicious out there, man. That shit was fucking ridiculous, bro. He was. That's all I can. Teofimo Lopez looked terrible, just absolutely terrible. He was made to look terrible. You know, giving Shakur Stevenson his credit, he was made to look terrible. But man, he looked terrible. He fought down all right, not down to his competition. Just kept jumping into shots. What's going on? Dre's finest in the building. Control LeGrew. What's going on? Branson. Good morning. Ox Steel. What's happening, man? My guy, Vi Ferrer, Dexter Fuqua, David Howard. Good morning, sir. Big Block. Chris. What's going on? Yeah, no joke. He was acting like Apollo Creed. I am 504. What's going on, man? Said, I would like to know, who did you pick to win the fight? I'll pick Shakur to win the fight. Also, I would like to say his dad told him he was going to hate himself tomorrow. He has no reason to hate himself tomorrow because shit. You know? It has no mean blurry. Yeah, hey, Virgil Wembley said, I can't wait to hear Phoenix the hater today. Yeah, it's gonna be hard. That's a very hard performance to hate on. That's a very, because he cut off the ring, dog. He cut off the ring. I'm gonna tell Phoenix the assassin ahead of time. He cut off the ring. Yeah, he did. What you talking about? I'm blurry. I gotta clean. I gotta take my I do see. Hold on one second. Let me see something, man. Let me see something, man. Let me see something. Man, hit the like as you come on in the door if you wouldn't mind, man. Come on and hit the like on the way in the door if you wouldn't mind. That would be greatly, grandly, man, absolutely, absolutely appreciated if you would do that. Hit that like button, man, please. Take your time. Take a second and hit the like button if you wouldn't mind. Let me see something. What am I looking for? I'm looking to get on here and see if it's blurry. Gonna see an ad. Oh, yeah, it is blurry. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. All right, give me a minute. Give me a second. We'll see. That doesn't improve it. We'll see. That improved it a little bit. It's not as bad. I think I might have a smudge on it. Yeah, it's a little better. Let me see. Yeah, that's a lot better. Yeah, I get it. All right. Oh, sorry about that. Hold on. That's a bad. My bad. Hold on. Sorry about that. All right, now we back. Got my nose looking decent now. Got caught out there with a booger on my nose. Uh, what's going on? I am black. Let me do this. All right, so let me talk about Shakur. Man, let me tell you something, man. Shakur Stevenson is a fantastic fighter, brother. What a fantastic fighter. I have to say, it's an honor to have spoken to Shakur Stevenson. What a terrific fighter Shakur Stevenson is. Dark Lord Vortex said, bro, what happened to your power? Yeah, the greatest coaching I've ever seen. Yeah, Shakur is great, bro. Shakur can fight, man. Shakur is what I thought he was, man. That man is developing into an incredible, incredible fighter. An incredible, incredible fighter. Man, he's yeah, man. You pick T.O.? Yeah, hell no, dog. Yeah, you pick wrong. You pick T.O., you pick wrong. You pick T.O., you pick wrong. You pick wrong badly. I, on the other hand, was not so crazy as to pick Teofimo Lopez to beat Shakur Stevenson. I really did try to hype the fight up. Yeah, it was a master. Yes, that was. I agree with that. That was a masterclass performance. That was the best performance I've seen. That was the best. That was the best performance I've seen him give. Absolutely. Yep. Got embarrassed. Humiliates him. That was humiliation. That was a one-sided domination. Let's talk about that guy, Shushu, though. Shushu Carrington was just, man. Shushu showed up. Keyshawn showed up. Shakur showed up. Basically, all of Top Rank showed up. In order to, I got to hate a little bit. Yeah, Shushu's the dog, man. Shushu came to show out, bro. He set the bar high in that fight. He set the bar high. He set the bar very, very high. Keyshawn got there, though. It took Keyshawn a little while. Yeah, man. Woo! Whoop T.O.'s ass. Whoop T.O.'s ass. Yes, he did. He said, facts, they got you. What he said, they got to quit hating on Shu. Yeah, Shushu's legitimate, man. That's a legitimate champion. Hey, bro. Hey, dog. Shushu, you the man. Shushu Carrington is the man. No joke, man. Yeah, that dude is the man. Hey, I was looking for somebody. I was looking for somebody to be down there at 126 to hold that belt that my guy Gary Russell Jr. used to hold, man. So to see Shushu Carrington get Gary Russell Jr.'s old title, I love it. I love that he's the WBC champion, man. Shout out to the WBC. Shout out to the new WBC 126-pound featherweight champion. You know what I'm talking about? Not a prospect no more. Shout out to Shushu. Shout out to Shushu. Shout out to Shushu. What an amazing, amazing, amazing performance, bro. Seriously, that was a spectacular, spectacular performance. I was absolutely ecstatic for Shushu Carrington. I'm saying, and it did, man. It had to feel fantastic for him. Had to feel fantastic for him. Oh, man, what a wonderful day for him, man. What a wonderful day. What a wonderful day. He did his thing, man, for sure. He did his thing. I would say fighter of the night is Shushu Carrington. I mean, I was going to say it was, and then I just saw, I don't know, man, because it was a complete shutout for Shakur Stevenson. So, you know what I mean? Do you go with the shutout or do you go with the knockout? It was pretty much a shutout for Keshawn Davis as well. It just wasn't as It just wasn't as totally dominant of every second of the entire fight. You know what I mean? And he busts up. The thing about Shakur, nah, you can't hate today, bro. Phoenix, come on, man. No hate today, man. Only congratulate today, dog. Yeah. I don't want to have to debate you, bro. I mean, serious. He cut off the ring, Phoenix. He cut off the ring. He cut off the ring. Oh, you look for me like my bad last night, man. I couldn't do it, bro. What up, man? My bad if you look for me last night. I was watching the fight, man. I was, what's going on, Alberto Gonzalez? What's going on, Alberto? But then again, Virgil Wembley did say, I can't wait to hear Phoenix hate today. So I take that, man, you gotta get your opportunity, bro, to hate. Phoenix said, my son is only 5 and got mad at me in round 8, said I didn't want to watch anyone because I was taking too long and he was tired. Said he didn't want to watch anyone. My son only 5 and got mad at me in round 8, said he didn't want to watch anymore because it was taking too long and he was tired. Come on, man. How you gonna hate like that, dog? That's not good hate, man. That's just hate. That's pure hate. Actually, let me take that back. That is absolutely positively super hate. I will tell you, no way in the world did I think Shakur Stevenson was going to lose this fight, dog. I'm going to tell you, I was thoroughly convinced that my guy Shakur Stevenson was going to win that fight. I'm telling you right now, Shakur Stevenson is one of the best 3 fighters in the world, without a doubt. He may be the number 1 guy. I need my guy Tank to come on out and whoop somebody's ass. But also, I'm going to tell you something else, dog. Shakur Stevenson needs to fight Lamont Roach. Because I don't believe Shakur until he beats Lamont Roach, bro. I don't believe shit about it until I see him beat Lamont Roach. I'm telling you too. Dramont Roach is the one that is going to let me know. Dramont is the one that's going to let me know what Shakur really is, dog. Hey, Phoenix, what's up, man? Phenomenal Noob said, we told people Teo stole 0 chance. That clown can't fight on the front foot, and he really has 4 losses on his record. Great performance by Kerr. Oh, yeah, for sure. Kerr did it, dog. Jarrell Miller's hair was performer of the night. Come on, man. Don't say that about my man. Don't say that about my man, Big Baby. Shout out to Big Baby, dog. Shout out to Big Baby. See, dog, let me tell you something. That's why you got to keep your hair. That's why you got to wear your hair gray if your hair is gray. And if your hair is bald, you got to cut it off, dog. You just got to come back bald, dog. Come on, man. Ain't nobody mad at you because you bald, bro. I know you want to have that little slice, that little fake part. Dog, you had a part in it and everything, dog. Come on, man. You had a part in it and everything. Now I can't trust nobody's wig pieces, dog. I can't trust people's wig pieces. Y'all shocked me. Y'all, come on, man. You got to come on, man. You know what I mean? How did he embrace him? He basically just was, he wasn't on defensive mode. He whooped that boy's ass every way, but he whooped that boy's ass every way he could, dog. Shakur whooped that boy every way he could, dog. Coming and going. You know what I'm talking about? What's going on to my guy, Dark Lord Vortex with the super chat? Said no for none. We got to see Shakur and Gary Antoine or O'Shaquie Foster. That too. You got to go back down to 135. You ain't lying, dog. We got to see it, Shakur. We got to see O'Shaquie. We got to see 135, dog. Don't do that little horse shit, all that bull. Don't do that bullshit with Conor Benn, bro. Don't do that shit with Conor Benn. I agree 100%. Gary Antoine Russell, O'Shaquie Foster. You know what I mean? I like that. I say Tank. If he's going to be at 140, Gary Antoine, that's a beautiful fight. Let's make it happen, dog. Don't let there be sides of the street, bro. Don't let there be sides of the street. We don't need those old things that used to disturb us. The things that used to separate us come back, man. We don't need sides of the street. Turkey Al-Sheikh has done away with the sides of the street. It's time to come together, man. It's time to come together as American fighters. You know what I mean? And Hey, get on Zufta. Grumpy, what up, man? What up, Grump? Tank is the only one that can whoop him. Oh, Tank is the only one that has a chance to whoop that boy at 135 to 140, other than Gary Antoine Russell. Gary Antoine, somebody with some reach. Gary Antoine Russell, I want to see the fights. I'm not writing these boys off because your boy looked like doo-doo. Teofimo Lopez, without a doubt, looked like doo-doo, bro. Man, he was jumping into punches. My man was like, couldn't do nothing with him. Couldn't land anything. He had a little success going to the body, bro. A little success going to the body. But, dog, that man need to bob and weave, pressure, bob and weave, slip, catch, bop. You know what I mean? Ha-ha. He got to figure out. He's got to go back to he got to get a new trainer, bro. Shout out to Brian Norman Jr., who I saw sitting next to his father, Brian Norman Sr., during the fight. Shout out to Brian Norman Sr. and Brian Norman Jr., looking like they doing perfectly fine despite all of the, talk to the contrary. Kareem Jones said, Tank, the only person who can match Shakur IQ, also the same skill set, but Tank has to be really focused. Yeah, no, Keyshawn Davis too. But they're playing buddies. You know what I mean? Yeah, T.O. got to go get a trainer, bro. Keith Nolan, man. Shout out to Keith Nolan, brother, for the support in the super chat, man. Said, I know a fighter can have an off night, but T.O. lost to Kambosos. To me, that means he has no chance against Shakur. I also really want to see Shakur fight Roach. I want to see him fight Roach. Stay at 140, Lamont Roach. Let's get it, dog. Shakur, I need Shakur Lamont Roach at 140 or 135 because somebody, I don't know if he can beat Lamont Roach. I think that's going to be a very tough fight for Shakur Lamont Roach. Because that's tit for tat. Them boys are tit for tat, bro. They both throw very, very short, straight punches, very, very counter punch, very, very effectively. I'm telling you, man, the only difference is that Shakur can separate himself because of his distance and his ability to tag people from outside. But, hey, man, I'm telling you, man, Phoenix CSI, hey, thank you so much, Keith Nolan, in the building with that super chat. Greatly appreciated. Phoenix the Assassin back. We know you're going to be hating this morning. Let me get a sip of this coffee. We know you're going to be hating this morning. See, the only thing I'm mad about is this means I won't see Teofimo get whooped for real. We got to deal with Shakur for longer. I am so happy, man. Congratulations to Shakur Stevenson, man. Spectacular show. I mean, what can I say? You know how it is, Phoenix. This man is in the lineage of all the greats of this decade. You know what I mean? Of this century. He's in a lineage of great Andre Ward. What a terrific fighter. Terrence Crawford, despite my difficulties or my disagreements with Terrence Crawford, fantastic technician in the ring. Absolutely dominating performances that we see from him. Just spectacular. And we've seen nothing but spectacular performances out of Shakur. A little here, a little ding, little something here, a little something there, but no. 4-division champion, 24-0. He'll be undisputed. I mean, he'll be undefeated and retire at 30-0. The only thing that I will say is he's got 24 fights, man. 4-division champion and 24 fights. That's something that they're going to sell on this man. Terrific fighter, man. I got to tell you, man, terrific fighter. Fantastic. I don't even care about the accolades. He's just a fantastic fighter. Martin, I said Shakur would win 8 rounds to 4, but damn, I was being nice. Yes, you were, LeVar. Shout out to my man, LeVar. You were being very, very nice. Giving T.O. 4 rounds. You only missed by about 3 rounds. T.O. got about a round out of there. I give T.O. a round and a half. I think T.O. won about a round and a half. But spectacular performance, man. He was just in there against a guy that's just too much for him. He's just in there with a guy that's too much for him. Shakur is a fantastic talent. He's offense, defense, offense to defense. He just shows it, man. His dedication outside, outside the ring, his belief in himself, man. When he's talking that shit, you got to believe him, bro, because that dude backed that up. That's the only thing you can say about, as far as, how that is. Yeah, you got to deal with that because remember, Teofimo Lopez was the guy that had the best resume in the division. Yeah, he did. He's a former undisputed champion. And I'm going to continue to support Teofimo Lopez and call him that. It's fantastic, bro. Hey, my guy, One Body and Yahweh said, I don't like how T.O. Dad left him alone post-fight. Hey, man, dude need to sit down and leave him alone, period, in that boxing ring, because I'm going to tell you that Teofimo Lopez Sr. didn't have any clue of what to do. Teofimo Lopez was in that ring by himself. He was in that ring by himself. He was in the corner by himself. So he might as well be in the press conference by himself, all bloodied and beat up. But you know what I mean? He didn't get knocked down. You know, he kept fighting. That he's just up in there against a dude that was going to whoop his ass and whooped his ass. Shakur's coming into his own. Shakur's a fantastic fighter. Shakur's number 2 man right after Gervonta Davis. I got him at number 3 pound for pound. I don't even know who's number 1 pound for pound right now. I'm confused. I don't know. Is it? I don't have Alexander Usyk because Alexander Usyk is a heavyweight. But if I was to put heavyweights in there, like most of you guys do, I would be like, I don't know who it is. Other than, it can't be Shakur because Shakur doesn't have the resume, even though he does now because he beat T.O., even though T.O. has lost multiple times to lesser. He's lost one time. He only lost one time, right? And he had a bunch of subpar performances. But, Teofimo Lopez was a very good fighter. No, I have him behind Bam. I have him ahead of Bam. I have him ahead of Bam. Bam is, Bam is like that, man. But Shakur is just surgical with his shit. Just surgical, bro. Surgical, like Dr. Shakur. Call him, Dr. Shakur. Because he's surgical with his shit, man. To the body, to the head, counter-punching, taking the lead. If you sit there, he'll walk you down. He ain't running. He's standing right there, bro. He's standing right there. I gotta tell you, man. I gotta say that. You said Ortiz is overrated. Nah, Ortiz, I thought fought as well as you're talking about Jermaine Ortiz. Jermaine Ortiz fought as well as Jermaine Ortiz could. Jermaine Ortiz just fought against somebody that has more talent than he does. Shakur Stevenson's, not Shakur, I'm sorry. Keyshawn Davis. Keyshawn Davis is he's just an extra talent, bro. He's just got an extra gear that Jermaine Ortiz didn't have. That's all it is. Even as far as the skill set goes and their ability to fight, I think technically speaking, they were relatively evenly matched as far as their knowledge of what to do in the ring. The problem was, dude's arms were too short to box with God, and he couldn't take that thunder coming at him, man. Technically, I thought that they were, fairly equal. Both of them showed very good defense. Both of them showed very good offense. They both did a very good job of cutting off the ring. Keshawn Davis stayed there. He kept chopping them off. He chopped them down. He chopped them down like a tree. It's just too much talent. You know what I mean? There's a talent gap. It's not that Jermaine isn't a good fighter. Jermaine was a good fighter. It was just, hey, bro, that's Rand. He had my man Keyshawn was on some Randy Moss shit on you. He was like, hey, man, you just can't keep up with me. I'm sorry, man. You can be you got your X's and O's, but hey, man, at the end of the day, nah, bro, you really can't fuck with this, bro. You know what I mean? You can't. That's what I saw. Hey, man, my guy said, Rich Almighty said, foundational Black Americans win again. Extreme talent, bro, and skill. Phenomenal Noob said, FBA still run boxing and will run boxing forever. Yeah, if we're not discriminated against. I agree 100%. If we're not discriminated against, we're going to dominate. Man, oh, my God. Can we talk for 1 second? Put a 1 in the chat if you would sponsor with a 1. You ain't got to sponsor with money. But if you would not mind me sponsoring just about 30 seconds of talking my mind about one of the biggest punks I've ever seen talk about the sport of boxing, LeBron James. LeBron James said the most sucker shit that I have ever heard an athlete ever say. That dude is on some sucker shit, super duper sucker shit. When that dude talked about 82 games now, trying to make an excuse for why. I'm sorry, I gotta hate on LeBron for a second. This man was trying to make an excuse for why none of these guys play 82 games and why they got this load management and all that soft ass shit they do. This dude said that the game is that the dumbest argument I've ever heard. He said that 82 games now is not like 82 games in the 90s because now they have different types of injuries. You have soft tissue injuries. As if in the 90s, nobody had soft tissue injuries. What are you talking about? They had soft tissue injuries, but he said, because then you used to, worry about driving into the lane and you used to have to worry about high ankle sprains. Oh my God, bro. That's so huge. Thank you, Jameson. Wow, bro. Jameson Childress with $100 holler, bro. Man, Gerald Norris is the new member, brother. Thank you as well. Thank you as well, bro. Thank you, man. Thank you, brother, for joining as a member, man. Wow, brother. Thank you so much, bro. Thank you so much, Jameson Childress. That is so amazing. Thank you for supporting, man, this morning. Now, look. Look, they said they didn't have the injuries they have now. I don't care. Bro, I do not care if they don't have the same injuries. You got injuries because you're shooting too many three-pointers and you're traveling too fucking much. Yeah, you're going to get soft tissue injuries when you're taking 6 fucking steps sideways, and you're carrying the fucking ball and doing all kind of goofy shit. Yeah. But, bro, it's not because you're getting hit. Okay? You're telling me you get repetitive. Get out of here. Dog, you better play them damn games, bro, and stop acting like a softie. These guys are getting fucking hamstringed and knocked out the air, bro, and they go back and, dude, dog, do you see the stitches on, you ever looked at, I'll get back to boxing, I swear I will. But look, did you ever see the eyebrows and the scars on Isaiah Thomas? These niggas are literally getting punched coming through the fucking lane, and they come back and play the next game. Anyway, that's the softest bullshit I've ever heard. Nigga, you're 50 years old still playing in the league. How about bullshit? How about the reason why you got all this is because you're 50 years old? The reason why you're not playing 82 games is because you're 50 years old. How about you retire, bro? You go and get, man, anyway, LeBron is the softest nigga I've ever heard in my life, bro. I don't even guess a big old soft Negro. Soft tissue, man, get out of here, bro. You got, I got soft tissue from injuries from shooting too many threes. Wow, Gary Russell easily beat Shakur. I don't know about that. But look, seriously, man, let me get back on here. My man, Contrell LeGrew said, hater. For real, man, can we get some applause for my Negro right here with the $100 holler? I got to put that up there. Y'all got to see that $100. No, seriously, man, I got to tell you, Gervonta Davis and Shakur Stevenson, they must fight. I don't want to hear anything else, bro. I don't want to hear anything else, bro. Those two dudes, without a doubt, they have got to fight, bro. They have got to fight. I ain't trying to hear nothing else. I swear to goodness, bro. Oh, I don't want to hear nothing else. I promise you, bro. I don't want to hear nothing else. Dude needs to go back down to 135 and fight these dudes at 135, bro. I'm not trying to hear nothing about no Conor Ben. Absolutely not. Do I think they sold them? No, I do not. No, I don't. Do I think they sold 21,000 tickets No, I think they probably gave away a lot of those tickets. There was no real, the fight atmosphere was minimal at best. I can tell you this, bro. I mean, you guys, unless you're, I don't care. I don't care. If Tank's not focused, then good. Shakur Stevenson will be the person that gets him focused with an ass whooping if he's not focused. You know what I mean? Hell no, you get him, man. You know what the deal is. Look, man, I don't want to be conspiratorial. I don't want to be They said, man, let me tell you something. I was paying attention to the tone of everybody in the fight. Nobody cheered. There was no cheering for either Shakur or Teofimo Lopez when they came in. I don't want to hate on Shakur Stevenson's performance. I really don't. Because when the crowd did cheer, the crowd cheered. They got a terrific performance. You know? They had a terrific performance. You know what I mean? Terrific performance from Shakur. The arena was full. I don't care. I don't know. Get it? Why folk want to shit on attendance? Shakur beat that bitch ass. Look, look. I'm not going to shit on Shakur at all. I'm not. I refuse. Dog, Shakur, whoever, there was a bunch of people in that bitch. There's a lot of people in there. You know what it is. You know there's shady, grady shit that goes on. We talk about the shady, grady shit every day. What I'm telling you right now is that boy need to go down to 135 and fight those guys at 135. I don't want to hear about this shit about Keyshawn Davis is going to knock Devin Haney the fuck out. And did you notice how Devin Haney wasn't there? Can I get a 1 in the chat real fast? Put a 1 in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat. If you notice that a certain Devin Haney was not on the telecast. Would I be a hater? Would I be a hater? Can you talk to me for a second? Can a black man get you to listen to him for a second? Can a black man rub it in for a second? Where the fuck was Devin at? Where was Devin, dog? Where was Debbie Pooh? Devin, the Debo, Devin will be on the live telecast. No, the fuck he won't be, because you niggas don't know how to act. You little petty thugs, your little petty thuggery, put it in the super chat, 84 Bear. Hey, look, bro. I'll get to that talking about it in a second. Hold on now. Let me put this up here for a second. Hold on, dog. Slow on. Put it in the Cash App. Put it in the super chat. We can't do it today, dog. Yeah. You hate Martin. There's no way Keyshawn gets past. Oh, he's going to beat the shit out of Devin Haney, bro. I'm going to tell you right now, Keshawn Davis. I am going to put money on Keshawn Davis beating the tar shit out of Devin Haney. I ain't even got $1,000. You know I'm broke. You know my money's embargoed like a champ. I'll put a G on that, dog. I'll get my money. I will put $1,000 on that. If I lose $1,000, I lose $1,000. I ain't gonna be like certain niggas lying and talking about I lost $15,000 on you. I ain't even got the $1,000 to put on that shit. I will get the $1,000. I will put $1,000 on that shit. That boy is gonna beat the tar out of Devin Haney. Devin don't want that smoke. That dude is the worst nightmare that there is for Devin Haney going up in the air. Devin is going to beat the tar out that boy. I said, I don't like Keyshawn, and I think he beats Devin, but I'm a hater. So I hope both lose to other people and fade away from the sport. Nah, bro, I can't support that hating, Phoenix. No, I can't. I can't, dog. Keshawn Davis. But let's get back. Before we talk about that for a second, Devin Haney getting his ass whooped by Keyshawn. I'm telling you right now, Devin is going to get his ass whooped by Keyshawn, bro. I promise you, bro. Devin Haney is going to get his ass whooped by Keyshawn. Ass whoop. Keyshawn going to whoop his ass. That's what I'm going to tell you right now. I'm going to tell you right now. Keshawn Davis is going to whoop that boy's ass. Yes, he is. I'm trying to tell you. That boy, Devin, does not want that smoke. That boy is going to get hurt. I'm telling you right now, he's not going to frustrate Keyshawn. Keyshawn is too athletic. Do you see how wiry Keyshawn looks at 140 pounds? Yeah, man. You can say what you want to say. Devin's going to get that ass whooped, I'm telling you. My money is on Keshawn Davis. My money is on Keshawn Davis in that matchup. I don't think he wants that, bro. I don't think he wants that, dog. 111, yo, no, what up, man? What up, Isaiah Israel? Shakur definitely should fight Frank Martin next. Yeah, well, nah, I mean, Frank Martin would be a good fight. But let's get back on something. Seriously, I got to get on my hating for a second. Pause for a second. Maybe put that back up here, bro. I got to get back on my hating for a second. All you young boxers learn a lesson here. All y'all need to learn a lesson here. Bill Haney is a bad example. Bill Haney is a bad example. Do you see how Bill Haney and Bill Haney's little crew got banned from Madison Square Garden for beating up and jumping a fighter named Tiger Johnson? It's all on tape. All these dudes that out here talking all that smack, talking about how they gonna slap people and all of this. These dudes should be up on criminal charges for what took place in the lead into that fight. I need for you guys to understand that Bill Haney, that through the actions of these young men, Devin Haney was not allowed to be on that telecast, to be in that ring, to call out Keshawn Davis, to sell his wear, all because these guys want to be little petty criminals and thugs. Like I've told you a long time, put a 1 in the chat if you've heard me say in the past that these people are petty thugs, that they're not allegedly, ain't nothing alleged about it. There's nothing alleged about it. I paid for that lives. I paid for that pay-per-view. I supported Keyshawn. I supported Shakur. I supported with my money. Yes, I did. And I was disappointed to see that Devin Haney was not there as I get more and more into this ring card. Because I got to tell you, I was very happy with that card. It was a top-ranked card. It was basically a top-ranked card. Let's not act like we didn't pay $50 to watch an ESPN2 fight, because that's basically an ESPN card. You know what I mean? It's just that Bob Arum wouldn't pull the trigger. But basically, Bob Arum could have made them fight each other before. Anyway, but it was a good fight. It was a good fight. It was a good card, and I supported it. And I am upset that Devin Haney's team, first of all, attacked Tiger Johnson. Yes, you did. You attacked him. And Bill Haney was jumping on people and grabbing people. Bill, what are you doing, dog? Why are you grabbing people, man? What are you doing? That's assault. That's an unwanted touching. Come on, man. You're not 50-0 in the streets anymore. You 50-1 now. Tiger Woods was going to whip. Tiger Johnson had you looking crazy. Had you looking like standing behind 5 dudes like, oh, shit. This dude's whooping my ass. I saw it. Tiger Johnson was still ready to whoop your ass. Talking about, hey, all that stomping. Let's get it. I don't think y'all want that smoke, bro. They really spread the narrative that was Tiger Johnson's fault. Hey, look, man, Tiger Johnson came in there throwing them hands, bro. Shout out to Tiger Johnson. Tiger Johnson got up off his feet. Tiger Johnson was still fighting 15-on-1. How's it a guy's fault that he's fighting 15 people? How's it his fault that you out there stomping on that man? Nah, y'all don't know how to behave yourselves like civilized human beings. Let's just be what it is. I already went through the videotape. Y'all just don't know how to act. Y'all don't know how to act. What do you mean it's one person? Mr. Holmes said, did they put hands on Bill? I think Tiger Johnson might have slapped him up. You know what I mean? I don't know, but probably he looked like he was on the ground, like he was tussling. But Bill liked to grab you from behind, bro. All I saw Bill was grabbing somebody from behind. Bill wasn't squared up with nobody. Bill was grabbing somebody from behind all the time. So nah, dog. He just wants to grab you from behind, or push everybody in the crowd forward like Sean did. Anyway, Sean Haney started all that. But anyway, it was disappointing. It was very disappointing. And I'm telling you, I'm just being very honest with you. It was very, very, very disappointing. Very, very disappointing how Bill Haney behaved himself. And I think we need to have, something go on. Now, there needs to be some type of suspension. No, there doesn't. I'm just joking. They said Bill grabbed Tiger and saved him. Dog, of course that's what they say. They looked at it on the videotape and guess what they said? They said they saved him from harm. And then later on, you see the Bill grabbing him again for the second time while he's getting stomped. Shame on you, bro. Shame on you. Let's talk about it, though. Let's talk about it, bro. Hey, can you guys, did anybody see? I'll put a 1 in the chat if anybody want to give me their thoughts. Let me put the link in the chat in case anybody wants to give me their thoughts. I really appreciate y'all chopping it up with me today. I really appreciate y'all chopping up with me today during after a absolutely fantastic fight card, bro. I loved it. I'll take that, dog. I'll take that, dog. I'll take it. Okay? Martin, after last night, should Big Baby Miller just go ahead and go full baldy? Cause first of all, he should have went bald before that. Look, player, everybody ages. Player, everybody ages. Age with grace. You know what I mean? Age with grace. Hey, man, we love you, Mr. Martin. We are waiting for you. Thank you, man. We were waiting for it. Hey, man, I'll try to start calling. What's up, King of Hayden?
Well, you know what it is. You know what it is.
No, I don't, dog, because your boy Shakur looked masterful, man.
Yeah, man. See, that's what I was saying, man. Like, shoot.
You didn't say shit about that, man.
No. I said it was gonna be a 50-50 fight. And it ended up not being a 50-50 fight. Because I know both of them, like I said, horrible at cutting out the ring. We didn't see Tio do it. And then Tio, his slow ass.
Man, so you saw. Hold on. Shakur Stevenson cut the ring off the whole fight. He was right. He kept that same distance the whole fight.
They was fighting toe to toe a lot of the fight. My thing with Tio is the last 90 seconds of round 11. That's what his slow ass should have done the whole fight. Because he did the same shit Josh Padley did to have Shakur spinning around in a circle. Get in, throw a flurry of shots to the body, get out, try to make Shakur follow him. He did that and circled the ring 3 times on that motherfucker, and he didn't cut the ring off. And I'm like, Tio,
you saw that shit. And what round was that?
It was the last. Look at the last 90 seconds of round 11.
Hold on. The last 90 seconds of round 11.
Yes, that's when Tio.
Was round 1, 2, 3, 4. 5,
I know, and why do you think I said that's what he should have done the rest of the fight?
Hold on. Dog, 90s, you talking about a minute and a half of him running around when his ass was getting beat. He got his ass beat for the other 11 rounds.
And that's what I'm saying. Why didn't his slow ass do that from the beginning?
He was getting his ass whooped. Because he was getting his ass whooped by Shakur.
Like that's the problem with some of these guys, man. Shit, the inconsistency. But nah, I looked at it as a loss for boxing because Tio, we need to see him get his ass whooped. Like actually get his ass whooped. Like his jaw dislocated the way that Jake Paul's was after Anthony Joshua. We need that to happen to him for all the bullshit he been doing. But now that he lost to Shakur in a fight where people was not celebrating, he gonna fade into mediocrity, and now we're not gonna see that ass whooping. But what we gonna see is more bullshit from Shakur, like the shit with Conor Ben. The nigga couldn't even wait till he got out the ring to start saying some shit, screaming at the top of his lungs about he wanted rehydration clause. I mean, come on. Like I'll say this. I'll say this. I'll give Shakur credit. Like this is the one time since Oscar Valdez where you could say, "Hey, it was a masterclass and it was actually right." Apart from that, I don't know. I don't know how they use, like. Have you noticed these ring commentators? Damn near every fight. They said Brian Norman and Devin Haney is a masterclass. They said Ramirez was a masterclass. They said Shakur and Padley was a master. They're saying masterclass every fucking fight. That's their new favorite word. That's their new favorite words. That everybody's saying that on Twitter too. But I'll say this. I'll say that Shakur did make Teofimo look like Temu. Teofimo. That's what his name gonna be for the rest of the time he in boxing. But this was his opportunity to do some shit, and he fucked up. The only way Tio could redeem himself is if he somehow whooped Devin Haney's ass, and he probably athletic enough to do it because Devin Haney is boo boo. But still, I will say that Shakur did what he had to do. I'll give him credit for that, and I'm not gonna say that I was super impressed with it because, like I said, my son started complaining in round 8. And that's fact. That's fact.
Man.
I sent you the video. I got it on video. I was like, hold on.
I look, bro. You know, I was watching that fight the entire time in my mind, knowing I was going to talk to you. So I have to like express something like real clearly. Shakur Stevenson is one of the best 3 or 4 fighters that there is in the sport, bro. And he proved that last night, man. Because Teofimo Lopez, yeah, he looked like dog shit, but he was made to look like dog shit by that man.
Yep.
And
I can agree with that.
You think he's made to look like dog shit by that man. He had the deepest resume at 140 pounds at the time of that fight. Shakur moved up, put an ass whooping on that man the same way he said he was going to put an ass whooping on that man. So, hey, he backed it up. Now, if that shit was a 15th round fight back in the day, Shakur would have had that nigga out of there. His hands weren't brittle. He was sitting down on his punches. He was moving. Shakur. Looked strong the whole 9, dog. So, you just gotta. I appreciate you called that a master class because that was a master, and it made him look like a bum. Like made him look like a bum. Didn't make him look.
Oh yeah, he did. He did, and I agree with that. I ain't gonna take nothing away from that performance. I ain't gonna call it an ass whooping, but I'll say it was an embarrassment.
Oh, it was an ass whooping.
He embarrassed the hell out that man.
It was an ass.
I've seen ass whoopings. I've seen ass whoopings. Like what happened? Like what happened to Bill the night before?
Up like that, and you bleeding all over the place, man. He's bleeding all over the place, over from both eyes. Both eyes. He didn't get the knockout, or what, nothing like that, but he beat him up. He beat him up for sure. Because that dude's face was split all over him. Couldn't walk right into all kind of shit. It was crazy, man.
You notice what they did after Teofimo started bleeding? They started playing that Many Man by 50 Cent. Blood in my eyes and I can't see. I was like, they clowning him for real. But now let
me get your thoughts though. Now look, because I can't allow you to hate on Shakur, bro. That's my fighter, and I took a lot of abuse from you, man. Shakur's team was not happy. Man, the Fahim Sator wasn't happy that I really couldn't debate you that well. I got more ammo for you now, dog. I'm somebody that waits around. I wait around, and I waited for this moment because I knew my guy Shakur was going to get that shit done, bro. And I had to take a lot of abuse because, I had to pay $50 for a bullshit ESPN card, but I did it. I bit the bullet, dog. I had to pay. I watched that shit. I didn't call it or nothing because I wanted to make sure there ain't going to be 5 inches between these niggas that whole fight. But look, real quick, keep notes that I will agree that sometimes the phrase masterclass gets thrown around too often. To me, a masterclass is what Floyd did to Gotti and Canelo, even what Bud did to Canelo. Yeah, I mean, masterful, man. You know what it is? He does, first of all, first and foremost, let me say this, Keith. No, I'm looking for somebody to beat somebody to fuck up. I'm being for real. That's what I'm looking at. I want to see if you're getting beat the fuck up. Shakur Stevenson, and let me tell you with the business, the one thing I will give Andre Ward, even though I love, not even though, I love Andre Ward as a fighter. I don't like Terrence Crawford as a person that much. Just not my type of dude. But as a fighter, spectacular. Shakur Stevenson, spectacular fighter. These dudes will beat you up. They will beat you up. They're not dilly-dallying around. They are beating you up systematically, breaking you down, and you just in a lot of trouble. And that's what I'm saying. We got to get this Gervonta Davis fight, man. And I hope that this inspires Gervonta to get on his fucking P's and Q's, dog. You know what I mean? Get past that, all that incredible money you had to pay, all $800 or so that you had to pay to get out of jail. You know what I mean? But honestly, man, I want to appreciate Shakur for being a great fighter. All of the things that may sound contradictory that people say, at the end of the day, he stepped up in there, whooped that boy's ass, backed up what he had to say, backed up what he said. And, you was hating on him, hater. You was hating on him. He was hating on him. So that
I was hating on him because I'm a hater. I'm a hater. Now I will say I am impressed by the fact that he stood in Teofimo more than I expected him to. Because with the way that Shakur be moving sometimes, it's like, man, how many times you gonna hear you say, oh, this gonna be the one, this gonna be the one. I'm gonna show people, and then like you ain't been showing people. But he came out and showed.
Hey,
okay, for sure.
Do me a favor. Cook on your boy Shoo and Keyshawn, man, or Keyshawn and Keyshawn.
Okay, and yeah, we talk about that. So Keyshawn, I'm not a fan of DB3, and I wasn't too happy with the way that he was acting with that last fight, missing weight and everything like that. But he came out and did his thing. And like his athleticism showed. The one thing I wasn't sure about, and still kind of not too sure about, because Jermaine Ortiz came out and didn't really do the same type of movement he was doing with Lomachenko and Tio. He kind of just stood there and they was going back and forth trading shots. So I didn't really get as much opportunity as I would have liked to see how Keyshawn cuts the ring off and like gets to a person when they really trying to play keep away. But like I do like that body shot that he snuck in whenever Ortiz had rolled off the ropes, because Ortiz didn't even see that shit coming. And the shots that you don't see coming is the ones that hurt the most. And hitting someone in the liver like that, man, them liver shots is no joke. And it don't even take a whole lot of force to actually rupture someone's liver. Like, you get hit with that shit, like your body's gonna shut down. And it don't matter how big you is, it don't matter how tough you think you is, like your body is gonna shut down and ain't shit you can do about it. So that's I will say it is kind of crazy, man, because like they called the fight in the last 14 seconds. I'm like, y'all could have let Ortiz get up and finish the fight on the 14. No. Yeah, hey, no, hear me out. Jarrell, hold on, because Jarrell Miller got his hair knocked off in round 1. They still let him go to the end of the fight. They can give that man 14 seconds.
You better get your ass up out of here, Ortiz.
Hey, by the time they would have finished the count, they would have finished the 10 count, the fight would have been over. So they could have done that. I mean, come on, you let this man.
Bro. He got stopped at the 10 count. He did not get up, bro. He didn't.
No, they called it immediately. He dropped that. He dropped down after that shot. They didn't count.
The other one, the other dude didn't get up. The dude that Shoo knocked up didn't.
Oh yeah, no, that dude was done. I was talking about Ortiz with Keyshawn, because Ortiz went down with 14 seconds left. So that 14 seconds, they could have done the 10 count. He would have been up. That's the end of the fight. So
get out of here. Hell no.
Big baby Miller literally got his cap peeled back in the middle of the fight. Come on now. It was in the first round. Man.
The only thing I'll say, first of all, I disagree heavily that they shouldn't have stopped that fight. Keyshawn got that done. He amped that up. He did it. I'm glad for Keyshawn. He got that shit done. And your boy got slumped. He wasn't arguing about it. He wasn't arguing nothing about that. But I will tell you, I will say about Big Baby. Big Baby should have lost that damn fight, but they gave that shit to his ass because they didn't want to add insult to injury. That's what I thought.
Hey, like, Mauricio Suleiman found his hair.
Oh God!
And when they knocked it off and landed in front of Mauricio Suleiman, he took a picture and put it on Twitter. He said, "Hey, I found it."
Hey, real quick, Jeep Red Boy with the super chat, bro. Thank you so much, man, for that sport, man, with a $20 holler. And Jeep Red Boy in the building said rent request for Joseph Robinson. Yes, sir. We'll do it right now. I got to see where Joseph Robinson is. Go ahead, my man Phoenix.
Yeah. But I say like, but Keyshawn though, that body shot, the fact that he caught him with it twice, that's like to get hit with that shit twice in the fight, like getting hit with a clean liver shot like that once is bad enough, but getting hit there or the solar plexus, them two shots. That's the two. Ooh. Like for me personally, that's the two worst shots I've ever been hit with. And that's one of them shits. Like you get hit with it the first time, you're like, ooh, I don't like the way that shit feel. And then you get hit there again, it's like, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and sit down for a little bit because them shits is not fun. But I go ahead and say, I understand why Devin was not there apart from them getting banned. They couldn't even have that man call in on Zoom to help commentate. But now, like. I like I said, I don't like Keyshawn, but I think he whooped Devin just because he got the athleticism, and we've seen how Devin is when he deals with people that got athleticism. So yeah, I might not like Keyshawn, but I would say like if Keyshawn do that, whoop Devin, then I'll go ahead and say, you know what, I'm a DB3 at Jason just because they still be fucking with the Bud Buddies, so I can't be rocking with all that because I'm not a fan of them.
Hey man, you can say what you want to say about the Bud Buddies, but the Bud Buddies is doing some dirt around these parts, man. The Bud
it's
Buddies,
horrible.
Bud Buddies is doing their thing. They are. Got to give them credit. Got to give them credit.
We don't need a resurgence of it. We don't need a resurgence of it, man. No,
hey,
we
man,
don't.
Seriously, bro. Yes, we do.
We need the organic boxes.
We got the best fighters. If we got the best fighters, we got the best fighters. And United States Black American, like my guy, Phoenix is just like my guy, Phenomenal Noob said right here, we ain't running away from the fact that these boys are, hold on, where my guy go? FBA still running boxing and will forever run boxing. They got the best, showing off that American skill set, man. And LeVar said, Martin, all these dudes crying today, trying to take away from the win. Shakur Stevenson is a master boxer. He makes good boxers look bad. Haney fans deal with it. Hey, man, seriously, man. I mean, people got to sit on it. Got to sit on that L today.
Oh, Shakur beat Devin too.
Oh, for sure. That's why he didn't want to fight at 148.
That's
why he didn't want to fight the first time. That's why
we know, like people still trying to say Shakur priced himself out that fight, but nah, Devin ducked. That was a duck. Like Devin ran out the ring. That was the first time I seen a fighter run from Shakur Stevenson when Devin ran out the ring when Shakur hopped up in. He literally ran. Like he got up out the ropes. He's like, nah, forget the post fight interview. How you want to say I'm still number one while running away? Like, nah, bro. Nah, like, and the fact that people still want to act like Devin was in the right in that shit, that's one place where I saw Shakur Stevenson be consistent, because when he was the mandatory, he wanted to push for purse bid to go ahead and make the fight happen. And then there was another fight that he had, I forget who it was against, where he was the one who was the mandatory, not the mandatory, the champion. He's the one that was the champion and was trying to push for the purse bid still. So on both sides of it, he pushed for the purse bid because he wanted to get the fight done. So that's one place I'll say Shakur Stevenson did not flip-flop and remain consistent. And that's one thing that I think a lot of people miss. So, that whole thing with Devin, nah, Devin don't want that smoke. Because Devin, I think Keyshawn, Shakur, Rolly Romero, and Blair Cobb all beat Devin. Like they would all be Devin.
Man, hey, guess where they're gonna have to fight him? somewhere other than Madison Square Garden because Bill can't get in. Because Bill dumbass can't get in. Hey, thank you, Phoenix. I appreciate you coming in today, man. Thank you, brother.
Oh, for sure.
Appreciate
For
you, bro.
sure.
All right, now get back.
I'll go ahead
Yes,
and roll
sir.
out, man. You take it easy.
All right, now back, man. Yes, sir, dog. Look, bro, to Team Shakur, I've allowed my guy Phoenix the Assassin to besmirch your name for months and months and months and months and months. Because I have to tell you, man, I was not really truly able to articulate an argument that could shut down my guy Phoenix the Assassin. So, as a person with common sense, I sat out and I waited and I waited and I waited and I waited and I waited. I waited through a bunch of mediocre, campaigns, of fighters until the time when Shakur won the big one. And now that he's won the big one, as far as what it means, as far as him as a fighter and the way that he did it, bro, seriously, that shit was as good as a knockout for sure. Oh yeah, one body in Yahweh. What's on your mind? But one body in Yahweh.
Man, I just want to say first of all, and first and foremost, thank you the Most High. I want to say, man, it's a pleasure to speak to you again, man. It's awesome, man.
Brother, I can't hear a word you're saying.
Hold on, wait, hold on. Can you hear me now?
No.
Give me 1 second. 1 second.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, I apologize. I had my earpiece in there. Sometimes it disconnects.
That's all right, man. Don't worry about it. What's going on, man?
Oh, man, I want to say first and foremost, thank you to the Most High. And I want to say, man, it's beautiful to speak to you again, man. It's been a while since we had a talk, man. And I was looking for you last night. But, I couldn't wait for you to come online because just to hear your feedback on everything. First off, yes, Shakur looked nasty good, bro. Tio didn't even know where left and right was. He was like, he looked so lost in there. And piggyback off that, I really believe only Tank has the equalizer to beat him. Especially when you have Andre Ward, you got Floyd, you got oh my gosh, I'm having a brain fart. You have Terrence Crawford. He has a lot of people backing him, giving him all these insights on how to be a boxer. Man, that dude he looked very good last night. Keyshawn looked awesome and amazing. Keyshawn, I believe, will beat the brakes off of Devin. Devin doesn't have the dog in him I believe, not to do anything with Keyshawn. And also, I just feel like it was so unclassy, unprofessional about that jumping and that fight that happened during the face-off with the Haneys. It's a bad look, like they talk so gangster, want to be these gangsters. Like, man, you're a professional. You guys are professional boxers, trainers, whatever the case is. Keep it and conduct yourself as such. And they just feel like it's just like they don't do it. They run their mouths. Garcia exposed him to where I feel like Keyshawn. That's why I know Keyshawn would dog walk him because, like, if you see what Garcia did with just only a left hook, Keyshawn has so many. He has so many levels. He's dynamic. I think he beats him up.
Yeah, I do too, man. I do too. I do. Cool. Well, I appreciate you, man. Good speaking with you again, man. Hope
Yeah,
you be.
man. How have you been? You're everything all good? Are you like,
man, I'm here every day, bro.
Everything? Blessings, man. I love you, man.
Yes,
I told
sir,
you,
for sure.
you are definitely a mentor to me in life. Just you speak so many things that's like it's about boxing, but it's more
Appreciate
than
you,
that,
brother.
in life. You. So I really do appreciate you, man. And I just want to say shout out to everybody. Shout out to Jameson, for that $100 holla. You know what I mean, supporting this and keeping this going. To the new subscribers and members, this is the place to be. I'm biased. It could be biased, but it's always
appreciate you, brother. Hey, man,
I'm
only gonna be on for a certain amount of
time.
time.
All right, man, go ahead. I don't
I
stop
appreciate
you,
man.
I apologize, man. Blessings.
No worries, man. No worries, man. Come back again, bro. I get back with you, one body in Yahweh.
Blessings, all right, man. To everyone. Shalom.
Yes, sir. Peace. Tank don't need Shakur. It's the other way around. Look, man, it doesn't matter who needs who. I'm going to talk about this Shakur Tank thing real fast. Hey, by the way, Big Dog Willie said Tankamaniacs and Haney Cult. Shh. Hey, Nas. Look, man, I am a big look, bro. Dog. Xander Zayas and Keyshawn showed out last night. They both had their fights in the bag, but still went for the stoppage KO. I didn't get to see the Xander Zayas fight. So what is Xander? What did he beat? Bass Abreu, what's his name? Abbas or something like that? Shakur doesn't need Tank at all. Yes, he does, Verbal Wembley. Shakur needs Tank. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Absolutely, bro. I mean, because, dog, if you want to say that you're the best at 135, stay at the weight class that you have your belt at. He said he was going back down to 135. No, man, he needs Tank. Tank needs Shakur. Make a reasonable deal. If it's a big enough fight now, then make the fight. If the money's not really there, then the money's not really there. Who knows? You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, no, man, I don't want to do all of that shit, man. I mean, seriously, I really don't want to do the stuff where it's like, nah, this guy doesn't need that guy. This guy doesn't need that guy. Dude, we're not negotiating for these dudes right now. You know, we don't have to we're not negotiating these guys' money right now. Talking about who needs this guy and who doesn't need that guy. I need to see the fight between Shakur Stevenson and Gervonta Davis. That's what I need to see, man. I want to see that fight, man. We got way too many people that are running around trying to get in the middle of fights, man. And oh, by the way, 2 Cent, he said that doesn't stop Phoenix the Assassin's argument. Bro, look, if people keep complaining about Shakur Stevenson and Shakur puts a massive performance out, and you have a lot of negativity about the guy, yes, it does. It stops your argument. Because people have been saying that Shakur's not this, Shakur's not that, Shakur can't do this, Shakur can't do that. They haven't beaten this guy, hasn't beaten that guy. They wound up beating Teofimo Lopez, having an excellent fight. Dog, Shakur Stevenson shuts everybody up. No, it's Shakur Stevenson's moment, man. Shakur Stevenson shut everybody up. And Phoenix said that it was a 50-50 fight. It wound up not being a 50-50 fight. So shoot, he got to sit on you can't win an argument and eat crow at the same time. Gotta wait for tomorrow for that. You know? Like, seriously, he did his thing, man. You know, I'm giving him his credit. He did his thing. Today's his day. I'm not believing he sold 21,000 tickets manufactured. Oh, that I don't doubt. The whole ticket thing was funny, but I'm not talking about the ticket sales. All I'm talking about is Shakur, he did his thing. It was his big night. He had a big stage, and he showed out on a big stage. He really did. You know, he showed out like he had never been on a big stage like that. And he got on the big stage. He did what he did. Hopefully, next time he can sell the 21,000 tickets and they ain't got to lie about it. Because you know the zone and them niggas be lying about all kind of shit. They called that man Puerto Rican. You know what I mean? Like, dog, there's always some bullshit around these fighters. Definitely some bullshit around these fighters, man. You know? Yeah, I think it was his best performance to date. That's all I can really say about him. That's all I really want to say about it. I want to be, congratulatory on him, you know? I mean, for real. Hopefully he can get and sell 21,000 for real. Not because you got to – look, there was not a warm reception for Teofimo Lopez. And there was not – I don't give a shit about that. My mom is Greek. He's black. Fool Woods, fuck out of here. That nigga's black, bro. Nobody trying to hear that shit. You know how many Puerto Rican blacks there are? You know how many black Puerto Ricans there are? I don't want to hear that shit. Shakur Stevenson is black. I mean, I'm not trying to hear that shit, man. Shakur Stevenson black. He knows he's black. Everybody named mama know he black. Let's stop that shit. Trying to escape and trying to minimize an accomplishment. Everybody around that nigga is black. Everybody around him is black. But you want to, because he's light-skinned and his daddy was Puerto Rican, get the fuck out of here. My mom is probably as Negro as her daddy is. I mean, come on, there's a bunch of black Puerto Ricans. You mean? Like, oh, his dad's Puerto Rican. That don't mean his dad ain't black. You know what I mean? Because he's light-skinned. Get the fuck, he has a whole bunch of that shit. I don't want to hear that nigga didn't get Puerto Rican. He wasn't Puerto Rican till he was a 3-weight division champion. He got his 2nd-weight division championship, and all of a sudden y'all want to turn him into Puerto Rican. Man, stop that shit, man. Nobody's trying to hear that shit. That's offensive. As a light-skinned black person, I find that shit very fucking offensive. Get up out of here, man. Everybody, man, that dude, man, you don't stop using the N-word. Come on, man. Y'all want to make fun of the man because he's crying and shit when he lost an Olympic gold medal, but he lost for the Olympic gold medal and won a civil gold medal. It won a civil medal. It's his day, man. Y'all can go back to hating on that nigga tomorrow. You know what I mean? It ain't nothing gonna hold up, stop y'all from hating on him tomorrow. But ain't no hating on him today because he did what he's supposed to do. He stood up there, he trained, he got what he got done. I gotta give him his credit. The same way I want people to give Gervonta Davis's credit, but they won't give Gervonta Davis his credit. You know what I mean? I swear we let y'all take Tiger Woods. I'm serious, man. Man, let me tell you something, man. Nobody got to take Tiger Woods. He black too. Not trying to hear that, man. Everybody want to remove black people from being black when it's real convenient. You know what I mean? Nah, man, get out of here, man. You know what the deal is. Anyway, y'all can go back to hating on that shit on that man tomorrow. I'm not hating on Shakur, man. Shakur, man, if Shakur winds up being a man, then so be it, damn it. Shakur Stevenson's the man. You know what I mean? And he took a big step forward towards being a man last night. He did. I watched that fight. Man, a lot of times I'll be looking at these dudes like, man, I don't even want to see this crap. But, man, I'm glad I watched Shakur. I'm glad. You know what I mean? O.J. Simpson is O.J. O.J. black, too. O.J. Y'all wanted O.J. O.J. was black as soon as his ass got arrested. Nobody was saying he was just O.J. anymore. I don't want to be black. I want to be O.J. Yeah, I know you do, O.J. Shakur going to be black as soon as he was black when he punched that girl upside the head. So I have got to say he's black. He was not Puerto Rican when he bopped that girl. You know that. His girl is black, his baby black, his granddaddy black, his mama black, his name is black. His name is not Felipe Clemente. You know what I mean? His name is not Jose Medina. That man's name is Shakur Stevenson. If his daddy's Puerto Rican, why didn't his daddy name him? You know what I mean? His daddy didn't name him. What the hell is that? You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to hear that shit. His daddy didn't give him a name. Jermaine Ortiz. Boom. Puerto Rican and Dominican. Right there. I ain't trying to hear that. Ain't nobody nicknamed Shakur Stevenson. Ain't nobody named I'm not trying to hear nobody name Eldrick Woods. You know what I mean? And you say that, I ain't trying to hear it, man. You know what I mean? What's that girl's name? The famous actress, the black girl, mixed girl, light-skinned girl. She's tall, real tall. Zendaya. I ain't trying to hear about nobody. Her name is Zendaya. Okay? Ain't nobody trying to hear that. You know what I mean? We know what it is. They can have Lionel Richie. Surgery took Lionel Richie. Yo, Mr. Martin, he has a black name named after the greatest rapper ever and not Christopher. Shame on you, JD. Seriously, man, I'm tired of fighting with people, bro. I fucks with Tupac. Shout out to Tupac Shakur, man. He was a great artist. I've been listening to Tupac more. Lately. Tupac was a very, very good entertainer. Now that, the rivalry is over with and all those obnoxious fans of his have been grown up, I can listen to him and not want to turn his ass off all the time. Me no black. I ain't trying to hear that shit, bro. I ain't trying to hear that. Rick Tim said Pac's still alive. Pac's still alive in Cuba. Still in Cuba alive. Yep, right where Gervonta Davis. I believe it. Hey, Rick Timms. Tupac is hiding right next to Gervonta Davis in the middle of Florida's Miami district. Man, can we talk about how about Team Haney is taking these L's? Team Haney taking these L's like a champ, bro. Woo-hoo. Taking them L's, bro. Bill. Will you sit your old ass down, bro? For somebody stomps you out in one of them fights, Bill got to walk around with bodyguards for good now. Man, Pac was a rock star at his height. I mean, you know, whatever. You know what I mean? Tupac was a good rapper, very good, very good. But at the same time, he was an entertainer, bro. And I'm not trying to hear nothing about you entertainers, bro. You phony baloney ass niggas, I don't like it, bro. Question for Nam Adamas. Who does Shakur fight next? I don't know. Bill Haney embarrassed his children. He let his child down because he does not know, because you guys insist to hanging out with people that are immature. You should have had some grown-ass men around and not been running around acting like little thugs. You guys can't control the people that are with you, man. How you have respect to the people at the barbershop if you can't control the little thug niggas around you? You know what I mean, Bill? I was really, really disrespected. My guy T. Orlando, what up, T. Orlando? He said, answer is another electrician. Stop. I mean, I'm serious, Bill. You got to learn how to get control of these young men that are around you, bro. You know what I mean? You shouldn't have been grabbing the other dudes. You should have been grabbing your boys and telling them, and you tried to get them out of there. Dalton Smith means most realistic for Shakur. That would be a tremendous letdown. I have to admit. That would be a tremendous, tremendous letdown if the next fight was Dalton Smith. Dalton Smith at 140 just tells me that they're not being, but whatever. Shakur, let me tell you something. Shakur Stevenson can, in his next fight whoever he wants to fight. Now is not the day to be nitpicking Shakur Stevenson about who Shakur Stevenson fights next. I promise you, I really enjoyed that fight. I'll take it. Frank Martin, I would love a fight. He's going to knock out Frank Martin. Shakur Stevenson will probably knock out Frank Martin. That's my take. He will most likely knock out Frank Martin. Snooze Frank Martin. LeVar, thank you, brother. He said, Martin, this dude is a 4-division champion and an Olympic gold medalist, plus undefeated, but people still have to hate. So now he's not black. He can't sell. You mean he's a 3-division champion and an Olympic silver medalist, plus undefeated, but people still have hate. So now he's not black. He can't sell ticket. Tank doesn't need him. Sad. Yeah, I mean, I have to go. Look, bro, I'm going to call this shit down the middle on this because I'm a Shakur Stevenson fan. I am telling you right now, I don't give a shit that Shakur was on my show. I don't care if Shakur never shows up to my show again. I don't care that Shakur fucks with Bud. I don't care if you find Shakur to be a hypocrite. I don't care, man. Shakur Stevenson can fight his ass off. He's done the work necessary to be in the position that he's in. I would love to see him fight Lamont Roach, Delta Slim. A matter of fact, that's what I would love to see him fight Lamont Roach. Absolutely love to see him fight Lamont Roach. Today is the day that Shakur has done a terrific job. I'm very serious about this, man. Let's get a man his flowers because, hey, man, tomorrow's not promised, man. You know what I mean? Tomorrow is not promised, bro. Tomorrow is not promised. Knight Rider says Shakur is not pay-per-view worthy to me. Well, that is a debate that you can have. We can have on Monday, Knight Rider. I have to say, because for me, it was worth the $50. It was worth the $50, but I'm going to tell you what was worth the $50. Shushu Carrington, Keyshawn Davis, and Shakur Stevenson. And I'm going to tell you something about Teofimo Lopez. Teofimo Lopez tried to win that fight the entire fight. I got to give Teofimo Lopez credit. Teofimo Lopez did not go out like Devin Haney. Teofimo Lopez tried to win the fight, bro. He tried to figure it out. He worked on it. He was just not good enough to beat. He's just not good enough to beat Shakur Stevenson. As a result, he didn't earn it, and he got his ass whooped, and that is what it is. But I wish the best for Shakur. I wish the best for Teo, after this fight. I mean, seriously, man. I mean, to be quite honest, I knew Teofimo Lopez was going to get his ass whooped. My prediction for the fight was that if Teofimo Lopez can't find some way to fight out of character and do it successfully, he was going to get picked apart by Shakur. And that's what happened. He got picked apart by Shakur. Credit to Greg Hackett, though, because Greg Hackett and other people, gave that viewpoint. And I listened to their videos and took their opinion into consideration when I gave my opinion. So it was heavily educated by other people. But hey, man, I ain't stupid enough now. I see a system going on over there. And them boys that's called the Black American boxing system. And that boy got picked apart, talked all that yak. And let me tell you something. It wouldn't have mattered whether or not Teofimo drank, smoked, or whatever. Didn't matter. It wouldn't have mattered if his father was a better trainer or not. That boy got his ass whooped years before that fight took place. He didn't have the talent. And he was working off talent. JD said, Mr. Martin, do you think Teo will ever be the same after receiving that ass whooping? No, I do not. He still may be good enough to win another title, but I think Teo it's sufficient to say that Teofimo Lopez is not going to strike fear in people. And once somebody gets their ass whooped like that, you see but maybe he can become a world champion. And I think that's going to say a lot about Teofimo Lopez and his heart and his stick-to-itiveness. Teofimo Lopez came back from an ass whooping from George Kambosos, a loss from George Kambosos, where he got bloodied up and slapped around. It wasn't as one-sided and as ridiculous as the fight with Shakur Stevenson, but he came back from that and he beat better fighters. So, Shakur Stevenson may just be a level above where Teofimo Lopez can fight, but Teofimo Lopez still may be able to get a belt off of a lower level opponent. And, but I think that's going to be important. I think it's going to be important for the legacy of this fight and what this fight against Teo means. If Teofimo Lopez can come back and win a title, I think that would be a good thing for Shakur Stevenson, because, that's what happens when guys lose to Gervonta in devastating fashion. They come back and they win world championships. So, for the sake of Shakur Stevenson's resume and for the sake of Teofimo Lopez, and, in his future as a fighter, I hope he can come back. Phoenix the Assassin says, another thing, I don't ever want to hear anyone say Devin got the best jab in boxing again. Shakur's is a lot better. Yeah, Shakur's is a lot better. Shakur's a lot better fighter than Teofimo Lopez. He really is. I mean, I'm just going to be honest. He's a better fighter. He's just a better fighter. And Shakur Stevenson is a better fighter than Devin Haney. That's why Devin didn't want to fight him. That was going to happen. What you saw happen to Teofimo Lopez was what was going to happen to Devin Haney if Devin Haney had fought Shakur Stevenson at 135 pounds. Shakur Stevenson's a way better fighter than Devin Haney is. And that's just the truth. He said, I don't know about a lot, but better for sure. Well, okay, if you don't want to, I can respect if you don't want to use that. I can respect that, T. Orlando. Deborah Booker, thank you for the support. Salute to Shakur Stevenson. Now let's bring on a tank fight. That's my sentiments exactly. Those are my sentiments exactly. Now let's bring on the Devin Haney fight. Now let's bring on the tank fight. You hop on every pony. Thank you for coming here to talk to me, and now you can leave. Because I don't know what the hell you're talking about, because I refuse to be negative today, but I am going to throw you out of here for that shit you just said, because I don't hop on ponies, bro. That's not what I do. I've been a Shakur Stevenson fan, and I'm going to stay a Shakur Stevenson fan. Yeah, you appreciate it? Good, no worries. There you go. I'm glad you appreciate it. See you later. Yeah, I'm glad I can oblige you. I'm glad I can oblige. But no, I don't hop on ponies, bro. I'm not going to hate on Shakur Stevenson today. I'm not going to do it. There's not going to be any negativity about that shit. Not today. You know why? Because Shakur Stevenson showed and proved. He showed and proved. No, I'm around a lot of Shakur Stevenson haters. Dog, there's a lot of Gervonta Davis fans that come on around that do not like Shakur Stevenson, bro. I've said a long time, I fuck with Shakur Stevenson. I have. And I want to see Shakur Stevenson fight Gervonta Davis. I've been very consistent about the fact that I rock with Shakur. I do. The problem was that I have a lot of, and Phoenix the Assassin does not like him. 2 Cent doesn't like Shakur Stevenson either. They had valid reasons for not liking Shakur. They've got valid reasons to criticize Shakur. So while I allow people to criticize Shakur, dog, I've always been a fan of Shakur, and I maintain that. And y'all, and it is what it is. I was a fan of Terrence Crawford. I criticized Terrence Crawford, but nah, man, I'm not gonna allow y'all to do that shit to me. No, I get to be happy for Shakur Stevenson showing out and beating Teofimo Lopez. Teofimo Lopez, by the way, who was promoted ahead of Shakur Stevenson at Top Rank, and I was doing videos about that years ago, and how Shakur Stevenson was getting the shaft in the promotion from Bob Arum and Top Rank. Now, this shit you're talking about, you can kick rocks. Shakur just showed he don't need Tank at 135. Yes, he does. That wasn't a Tank fight. Yes, he does need Tank. That was not a Tank fight, that shit you saw last night. That was Teofimo Lopez. Come on, man. That's Teofimo Lopez. That's not Tank. How does him beating Shakur, how in the world does him beating Teofimo Lopez mean that he doesn't need Tank? Yes, he does need Tank. I'm not trying to hear that shit. That was not a, dog, there was no buzz around that fight like a Gervonta Davis fight. That was a regular ESPN fight, regular ESPN level fight that I had to pay $50 to see. No, man, hell no. I mean, look, Shakur Stevenson is a fighter that I want to see Gervonta fight. I'm not saying Gervonta doesn't need Shakur. Gervonta needs a fight with Shakur. Shakur needs a fight with Gervonta, but it ain't no 50-50 thing. You know what I'm saying? It's not 50-50. If we want to get into the amount of money, dog, you're going to have to pay Gervonta Davis a lot of money for that fight, because that's a big fight now. Hopefully it's a big fight now, because now Shakur is getting to the point where Shakur's name and Shakur's ability to sell is getting big. So good, let's make the fight. Bro, ain't nobody trying to hear that shit that you're talking about, man. Beat it. Go take your negativity somewhere else, man. Nah, man, we got to reform this stuff, bro. Get out of here with that. Nobody trying to hear you guys sit up here and try to hate on Gervonta for nothing just because you want to block his career. Beat it, man. I ain't trying to see no Devin Haney, man. You can beat it too, bro. I mean it, Clutty TV, man. Ain't anybody trying to see that fight, man. God dang it, man. Hold on. Trying to get this dude up out of here, bro. Bye. I'm not forgetting Gervonta Davis, man. No. Gervonta Davis is one of the best fighters in boxing, bro. I'm not going to forget about Gervonta Davis. No. Gervonta Davis is one of the best fighters in boxing. No, I'm not going to forget about Gervonta Davis. No, I'm not going to say Gervonta Davis does not need Shakur. No, I'm not going to say Shakur does not need Gervonta. I need to see Gervonta Shakur. I do not give a jack shit about I don't give a jack shit about Shakur Stevenson going up to fight Conor Benn. I don't care about that shit, bro. I want to see Gervonta Davis and Tank Davis. They can fight at Madison Square Garden in that same place. That shit's going to be electric, bro. That wasn't no Gervonta Davis fight. Gervonta Davis is not in. I mean, look, bro, you guys are waste of times, man. Anyway, I'm glad you guys are so intense on trying to ruin boxing, man. Get out of the way of boxing, man. I know you're not going to mind bend people, man. The only person that people give a shit about Shakur Stevenson fighting for real is Gervonta Davis. That's a fact. And the only reason you don't want Shakur to fight Gervonta Davis is so you can't, because you don't want to complain about a real mega fight actually taking place. You want to stand in the way of it and have some boo-boo butt fuck. I don't give a shit about Devin Haney. Fucking beat Devin. Beat it, Devin. Devin isn't important enough to be allowed into the Madison Square Garden to be able to watch the fight. If you want to talk about somebody being in jail, let's talk about the fact that Team Haney was kicked out of Madison Square Garden and wasn't even allowed to attend the fight. So now their team can't even be there with Devin on premises. Come on, man. This is Shakur's day, bro. It is what it is. It's Shakur's day, bro. It's Shakur's day. It's not Devin's day. And if we're talking about what people do next, what Gervonta Tank Davis needs to do is maybe get one tune-up in and then fight Shakur, or get Lamont Roach if he wants to go straight to Lamont Roach. Lamont Roach, beat Lamont Roach, go get Shakur. Man, Lamont Roach ain't nothing but Shakur, a right-handed Shakur anyway. Man, I don't give a fuck what you want, bro. Beat it. Fuck you niggas that always talk about not wanting to see Gervonta fight. Dog, stop that shit. Stop telling people that are boxing fans that you don't want to see Gervonta Davis fight. All you are is a fucking troll. Stop that shit. It's like nobody says in the middle of a debate, who's better, LeBron James or Luka? Oh, I don't want to see LeBron James play basketball. I don't want to see Tiger Woods play golf. Yeah, it's the only jackasses that tell people that you don't want to see Gervonta fight. Fuck out of here, bro. Who are you? You're just a bot and a hater, man. Let people enjoy the sport of boxing, man. Get away. Stop that shit, man. Listen to what you say. Why don't you want to see Gervonta fight at all? That's that shit you guys were saying. That's what you guys were saying when Gervonta was trying to fight Lamont Roach. I don't want to see him fight Lamont Roach. I don't want to see this. You guys are not real boxing fans if all you do is cry about how you don't want to see fights. Bro, I can name 10 fights that I want to see from Shakur. I want to see him fight Keshawn Davis. Yes. I want to see Shakur fight Devin Haney. Yes. I want to see him fight O'Shaquie Foster. Yes. I want to see Shakur fight Lamont Roach. Yes. I want to see Shakur Stevenson fight Gary Antoine Russell. Yes. I want to see Shakur Stevenson fight Puello. Yes. What's wrong with these fights, bro? Why do you always got to jump out here with that bullshit saying what you don't want to see? Trying to get in the way of shit, man. Beat it with that bullshit. Get away with that, man. Let's be positive for a little while, man. Seriously, man. I'm celebrating Bill Haney getting stomped on by his own people with some positivity, bro. There's a bunch of good fights. Man, Gervonta can fight O'Shaquie. Gervonta can fight O'Shaquie. Gervonta can fight Floyd Schofield. There's all kind of good fights that can be made, man. All you guys want to do is say, no, not this fight. No, not that fight. That's not good enough. I need to see him do something else. Stop that PR. Stop the PR bullshit you should pull. Okay? Now, I'm okay. Let me be very real. I know full well that you guys push from both sides. You guys push the message from both sides. There are people that are behind Gervonta Davis, behind the PBC, that push the narrative one way. But their push is nowhere near as the bad as what you guys are doing when you start claiming that you don't want to see fighters fight at all. Once you say you don't want to see a fighter fight at all, then you know you're just stepping over the line into some nonsense go away. No, we don't need this. This is stupid. Why would they fight? Because they're professional fighters and they ain't got shit else to do today, dumbass. That's why that's why I'm gonna like about Zufta. Say what you want about Zufta. Dog, Zufta's announced their third fight card. they're going to be fighting like every fucking weekend. I want to see more fights. That was a good ass fight. Nah, fuck that best against the best shit. Fuck that bullshit. Let's niggas fight without your fucking opinion. How about this? Humble Lion, I'm telling you seriously, I don't want to hear that crap about best fighting the best anymore. No, these guys, you guys, because you can't say it because you always want to argue about who the best is. As soon as we start talking about best fight the best, you start saying that guy's not the best, so they can't fight. Or that guy is the best, so this best has to take place. That best fight the best is bullshit. Fuck that best fight the best shit. Fuck that best fight the best shit. Because I see how you've been using it. It's not that simple. It's far from that simple. Get the fuck out of here. It is not that simple. Because you know why? Because fights don't get made just because you think one guy is the best versus the other guy. And you know what happens? A lot of times you're wrong. Because you don't know who the best guy is until a fight takes place. Obviously, Teofimo Lopez wasn't the best. But he was the best fighting the best. You know what the best always make? You know what I find very interesting? The only fighter that consistently fights the best is Devin Haney. Because Devin is the best, and he always fights the best. So it's always the best fight the best. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy, and it's horse shit. You the type, yeah, exactly. I don't want to hear they say, Lama, get the fuck out. I'm just trying to, I'm telling you, it's just ridiculous. You guys are always talking about not making fights. You use the idea of best fight the best as a reason for people not to take fights. I don't want to hear that anymore, man. Make the fight, man. I don't care if you think that this guy is, well, I don't care what you thought of Karen Kukadashian. And Karen Kukadashian is a tough fight for anybody. You don't care about, you want to talk down on fights all the time. I get tired of that shit, man. He said, that's Bill Haney and the LDBC cult. I know bullshit. I know that is. I know what that is. You overuse that shit. What's up, Coley the comic? You overuse that shit. You manipulate that shit. That's manipulative. You tell me who the best is, and you point to the resume. Oh, look. This guy's the best. This guy isn't the best. And miraculously, it's always your guy that's the best. And and the other guy that you don't like never fights the best. But your guy fights the best when they fight the same guy Gervonta Davis fights. Gervonta, you know what I'm saying? Gervonta Davis is the guy that actually beat a bunch of guys that moved on to be world champions, proving that they were the best in that particular weight division, in that particular sanctioning body. But they weren't the best when Gervonta fought him, but they were the best when Devin fought him. You know what I mean? Let's stop this shit, bro. You know what I mean? I don't really watch a lot of pro box. I can't lie. I don't watch a lot. But look, I got to get up out of here, man. Much love to everybody that supported so big in the chat today. It's really appreciated, bro. Keith Nolan said, I can't stand this talk of this fighter don't need. Let me back this up, bro. I got a couple super chats I didn't see. Deborah Booker says, salute. Yes, salute to Shakur. Now let's bring on the tank fight 100%. Willie Woods in the building. Thank you for that support, bro. It means a lot, man. Boxing Dad with the $5 holler. Brother, thank you so much for that support. It means a ton. Keith Nolan, I can't stand this talk of this fighter don't need that fighter. This is boxing. Good fighters should be made if possible. Tank needs Shakur and Shakur needs Tank. I agree 100% with that. I do. And Hot Sup of Fire. Thank you for that support. Thank you so much for your support, man. It means a ton. But look, I'm going to get up out of here. It was a wonderful conversation. Please watch my videos later today. Wonderful, wonderful conversation. And I'll be back tomorrow. We should have a blast. And I'm going to allow Phoenix the Saxon to hate a little bit more tomorrow. I don't need you. And I don't need you, bro. And nobody needs Tank, and I don't need you, bro. I don't need that type of negativity around me this year. I'm trying to do better. I hope you guys enjoyed the live stream. And with that, I'm out. Deuces.